What is going on, everyone? So today we had a crazy day in the stock market. We saw some recovery after what feels like a month of sell-off, and quantum stocks specifically did incredibly well. And I want to go over some of the performance of some of these tickers. We also had QBTS, who made a huge announcement today, D-Wave, that actually halted their stock on the NASDAQ. The stock was halted for about an hour, and when trading opened back up, there were some very pretty candles there. So we're going to look at Rigetti, we're going to look at QBTS, D-Wave, we're going to look at IonQ, ARQQ, and LAES. The whole quantum theme today did really well. So if you like content like this, please consider leaving a like or subscribe if I've earned it. Otherwise, let's just jump right in. All right. So we can see from our watch list here that the winner of the day from a change percentage was actually IonQ. And IonQ has been beat up pretty heavy. We know that IonQ is trading at the $50, $40, and $50 level. We saw QUBT with a 14.5% gain. ARQQ, a quantum cybersecurity company, had a 13% day. Rigetti had a nice recovery and hit resistance right around $9. And then D-Wave, the stock was actually halted. And the crazy thing is that tomorrow, D-Wave reports earnings before market open. So definitely watching a lot of those. And then recently we did a video on LAES, and that's SealsQ, and they had a really nice day. Intel, we know that they had a good day, but they also have a new CEO. So after market, if we look at extended hours here, post-market, Intel had another 10% jump. So they have a new CEO and they're a player in quantum. Lots of attractive things about Intel. And we see that D-Wave, a lot of these companies are looking green even after hours, which is pretty cool to see because a lot of these stocks have been taking a non-stop beating for quite a while. We saw Google had a nice gain today, and we see that our ETF QTUM had a nice day as well. Really a good green day in the quantum stocks. All right, so we know that the stock market this week has seen some major sell-off in some major indexes. So I want to hear from Tom Lee on what he thinks is happening with the stock market and all the news, and if there's a potential overreaction happening here, and if we may be seeing the bottom of the sell-off.
Why do you say overreaction?
Well, yesterday really was an indiscriminate selling day. Did Tesla's valuation and fundamentals drop 15%? Did the broad market have a 4% decline in valuations? To us, it really looked like a lot of liquidation. I think investors are, of course, reacting to the White House warning of pain ahead, but it has been more of an equity sell-off than it has been in corporate bonds. So to us, 4% down days, I think it's an overreaction.
Yeah, how do you best explain that difference between what equities have done and what we've seen in IG and even high yield?
Well, I think on the stock side, markets are now saying, look, the new regime is we have to take the tariffs seriously. Now we don't know how long these tariffs might be. Will it hurt growth? And we've seen cuts from economists. But the bond market is saying, well, you know what? This is a growth scare. But the Fed is also now in a position to begin cutting because inflation pressures are abating. So I think the bond market is sort of pricing in a Fed put. The stock market saying, I'm not sure if there's a White House put, and then the Fed's on hold. And I think that's the divergence.
So which one?
So we had good CPI data today that actually showed a year-over-year decline in overall inflations in the market. It could have been a scary day if we saw increased inflation. So that was a critical report. And that actually takes away some of this bearish sentiment a little bit. That there was definitely more buyers who stepped in the market today. In fact, we can look at the stock heat map and we can see it was a mixed day. but we had a lot of buying, especially in technology. So NVIDIA had a 6.4% day. Tesla had an 8% day, and Tesla has been getting really beat up. Meta had a 2% day. Google and Microsoft both with quantum solutions, and Amazon all had a green day. So while the whole market wasn't green, we did see a significant amount of buying the dip today. So let's jump into quantum stocks. And first, we're going to look at Rigetti. So we're going to look at the day chart here. All right. So we can see with Rigetti that they had a nice open and some pretty sharp sell-off. There was some on the major indices. There was some news, I think, at the start of the day that drove the whole market down. So we saw that there was some sell-off, and then there was this really nice rally, and it looked like, so if we just draw a line here at this $8, right around $9 level, we can see that we top sell. We had major resistance at this level. So $9 will be a close level to look at tomorrow as you're looking at Rigetti. If it can break $9 and continue its upward momentum, definitely watch Rigetti to the upside. All right, so IonQ, if we look back 3 months, we know that of all the quantum stocks, even when we look back at the quantum crash caused by Jensen Huang's comments, if we just draw a simple line here, we can see that IonQ has actually fallen below its quantum crash price. But as I've speculated on this channel before, I don't think that can last. And we did see a lot of buyers step in today. And if we look at the 5-day chart, I just want to measure this move. So if you were to have picked up shares of IonQ at $17, which you had multiple opportunities to in the last few trading days, you would have seen a 24% gain. So it does look like it is possible that IonQ has found a bottom. Now, of course, there's a lot of macro conditions and different factors that go into this. But it is below that pre-quantum crash price. So there are significant catalysts in the coming month for quantum, including NVIDIA's GTC. And we also have Qubits 2025 conference, which I'll be attending and hopefully bringing back some good content for the channel. So if you are interested in that and you'd like to see more of that, please consider liking or subscribing. So QUBT, someone in the comments, please unravel the mystery of this company for me. I know that I'm a quantum channel, and it's probably on me to know what the heck this company is. I've only heard negative things, and we can see, like at one point, this was a soda company, and now they're a quantum company. We can see, if we just draw a line here, there's been a very sharp sell-off from its high at 25 to its current position as a $5 position. If we look at one day and we measure this move from the previous trading day, we see a 15% gain. So, and a lot of strength throughout the day. So what's going on there? Tell me if you are a shareholder in QUBT. I think I actually own some shares just because it's a quantum name, and why not? Let's take a look at ARQQ. So 3 months for ARQQ. What do we have? Okay, so at one point in December, ARQQ was trading at $46 a share. And then during the quantum crash, it really came tumbling down, and it's been on a steady sell-off. So are we starting to see the hints of what could potentially be a reversal for ARQQ? We can measure the move from its bottom to where it closed today, and that's a 21% move. So keep your eye on ARQQ and SealsQ, as both of these companies are pure quantum cybersecurity plays. I own both names, and I believe that as a theme, we're going to see quantum cybersecurity become more and more in demand as quantum computers become more powerful. So we're looking at SEALSQ, LAES, and we've seen at one point LAES was trading at $10. We have the quantum crash, and a lot of these charts look fairly similar, but today we saw a resurgence, new energy, and we've covered in depth this ticker, but if we measure this move, we've seen a 48% increase at one point, and to close just in the last few trading days, 91 bars in 8 days, a 40% increase. So there's definitely money moving back into these stocks. Let's spend a moment and just kind of bookend all of this with the story of the day, which was QBTS D-Wave. We're going to jump over. Okay. And of course, the story of the day was QBTS. So we have to look at QBTS chart super quick. In the price action today after the halt, we saw a ton of volume come in, and then immediately some sell-off and some consolidation. And we didn't really see a huge uptrend. It just kind of held this 585 level. I do wonder if there were some skeptics out there about the news that was released. Me personally, I loved the news. I covered it in an earlier video today. So the story was, we can hop over to thequantumbull.com, and we're going to click on news here. And then right there at the top, we've done a pretty substantial article here, one of the meatiest to date, on D-Wave achieves quantum supremacy. A new era of quantum computing has begun. And you're going to find the video that I did this morning. You're going to find D-Wave's new video that they just released today, Beyond Classical Computing, kind of a breakdown of what quantum supremacy means, some original artwork, and just a pretty robust article. So head over to thequantumbull.com/news. And if you're interested in diving into this story on a deeper level, that's all there for you. It's just an exciting day to be a quantum stock holder and investor. I hope there are many more days like this. I think that we are very likely to see some positive earnings. We're going to have this 1-2 punch from D-Wave, where they just announced that they have basically created practical quantum supremacy, not random numbers, but real applications, quantum supremacy, where their computer can do more than our best supercomputer would take millions of years. And also, if you watch the video, with much less energy, and energy consumption is a big problem. So we're going to have the 1-2 punch. We're going to have the one punch of this new research that is released by D-Wave, and we're going to have the 2 punch, most likely, unless there's a big surprise. I would be very surprised if D-Wave doesn't do well in Q4 2024 earnings. So it's not going to leave a lot of room for skeptics. And remember, QBTS, D-Wave, will have a presence on the panel at NVIDIA's GTC next week. They also have their own conference where they're going to be demonstrating a lot of these types of advances in their commercial clients. So I'm personally super excited to see where this company goes. I'm excited to see where quantum goes in general. I hope you enjoyed this content. Good luck out in the market tomorrow.